This video was made possible by the EA Creator Network. Hi everyone, and welcome back to a brand new speed build. Today I have a Hillside family home, and it's my first build with a brand new stuff pack. Stuff packs are back, baby. Called the Home Chef Hustle, I think. Home Hustle? No, it must be that, because I almost said a Home Hustle Chef, but like that's not right. So yeah, and I'm so excited to share this build. I literally talked, I think it was 2 videos ago, I think I mentioned, unless I cut it out, but I think I mentioned I was like, I want stuff packs to come back, and then we have one, like we literally have one right now, and I am in love with it. As usual, this is sponsored or was made possible by the EA Creator Network. I actually got early access this time, and I would have gotten this out earlier, but I will explain it a bit. You might be able to hear from my voice why I didn't, but I will explain it a bit. But anyways, but yeah, so I was able to get a code from them. Again, they never like pay us or anything like that to say good things. Like, we get the pack so we can review them and show them off to you guys. And if I hated it, I would say so, but I don't. I love this pack so freaking much. It is like, I love it. Like, I'm going to use it in every single build from now on, 100%. And I know that most people might have done just like an apartment or like a room with this pack, but I went straight into making a build because I know that like you're gonna see so many rooms and stuff, and like, don't get me wrong, I might do one too, but I don't know, I wanted to make this build, and I already had this lot picked out like 2 weeks ago when this pack was announced. Like, I knew I wanted to build a house using this pack on this lot, and I did, and I love it. It's called a Hillside family home because the original lot name is Hillside Haven. So yeah, it's in Copperdale, so it's right by like the pier. You can even see in the background, you can see like the Ferris wheel and stuff like that, and yeah, it's like, I love this house a lot. It's for 2 parents, 1 teen, 1 kid, and a toddler as well. And originally I was gonna make it for 2 teens, but then this is going to go into my save file, and I realized that like all the other homes I've done in Copperdale all have like so many teens and like no toddlers. So I was like, okay, I'll just make it for another toddler as well, or another toddler. For a toddler as well, and then of course a kid. So yeah, and there's also room for a dog, I think. So yeah, and I don't know, I love this pack so much. Like, I had so much fun with it. You won't see me use it obviously until we get into the interior, but the kitchen is the first room I do in this house, and I had so much fun. I did struggle a little bit because there are so many new like appliances and stuff like that, so I did struggle to kind of find out or like figure out where like I wanted them, kind of, if that makes sense. Like, it took me a while, but I figured it out in the end, and I love it so much. And I was a little afraid that this pack was going to be like very modern, so you could only use it in modern builds, but obviously this is more of like a suburban house, and it works perfectly in this house, so I'm very happy about that. Again, I'm going to be using it in literally all videos, or all builds that I do from here on out. So yeah, I don't know, I'm very excited. And also, before I continue into the video, I want to say that I'm currently hosting a giveaway for this pack as well as the backyard stuff pack. Backyard stuff pack. That's a weird thing to say. But yeah, I'm hosting a giveaway over on Twitter for both of those. I will link it down below if you want to join. And yeah, I was able to do it from the EA Creator Network. So yeah, and sorry, I'm kind of out of it. If you couldn't tell by my voice, I am very sick. Like I'm sick. My entire family has been this week. And so when I got this pack, I got early access to it. So I got it 2 days before it came out. And when I got it, I literally stayed up all night to finish this build. This build took me like 8 hours to make, and which I know seems like a lot, but like, I am a very detailed builder. I can be a very slow builder as well, so don't worry about it. But yeah, it took me like 8 hours to make, and I literally like sat all night, and I did it in like one sitting. And I didn't realize until I looked at the recording. Like I was recording and I was just like vibing. I was listening to my true crime podcast. I was just building, having a good old time. And then I look at the time on the recording and it's like 6 hours in, and I'm like, I have not left this chair in 6 hours. I hadn't. So that wasn't great. But it's fine. So yeah, I did build this pretty quickly. I had a lot of fun with it. But yeah, again, I am sick, so I am so sorry for my voice. Like, my voice is gonna be absolutely horrible. I think, like, for me, it sounds sort of okay, but I think it sounds worse to you guys. And I was talking to my mom about it earlier today, because I was like, oh, I have to record and I'm gonna have to sound like this, and she was just like, it will be fine, people will just think you're funny. So hopefully you guys think it's funny that I sound like this. I am very much in pain. Like, normally when I'm sick, my throat like hurts, and it does this too, but I currently cannot breathe out like from my nose, which is probably why I sound even worse than normal when I'm sick. So yeah, and every time I say like the M, it sounds like I'm saying a B too, so there's that. But yeah, I just wanted to mention it so that like you guys are prepared to sit for this like 50-minute video with me being sick and talking like this. I apologize. But yeah, hopefully you guys stick around, because I absolutely love this house and I want to talk so much about this kit. My voice is giving out on me. Also, I want to apologize in case there are any weird cuts or anything like that. I might have to pause and like drink some water or something, because again, I'm sick. But yeah, I want to talk about this pack. Right, so when this was announced, I was like, another kitchen pack, because if you didn't know, when like one of the first packs that we got, I think it was the third ever stuff pack, I think, don't take my word for that, but I'm pretty sure, was the cool kitchen stuff, and I used that quite a lot. I like the decor that came with that and stuff like that, but I think we only got, it wasn't that one that we got an ice cream maker in, so it wasn't that, like, there wasn't a lot of gameplay elements and stuff like that. Again, it was one of the first ones that we got, and as we all know, the first few packs that we got were significantly like less interactable, and like they were just like a lot less content than with packs that we get today. Oh my god, my voice. I'm sorry. So yeah, I think we all know that, so it wasn't like too surprising that pack didn't have that many like gameplay elements and, you know, whatever. But this pack, like, again, I was the first that was like, oh, another kitchen pack, but this one is so good, and I am going to use both, probably this one a little bit more, because it has so much stuff. Like, it's amazing. And what I really did, like, what solidified kind of my opinion when this stuff pack came out, was that kits are stuff packs but like divided up. So you basically get like as many building items with a stuff pack as you do with a building kit. However, with a stuff pack you also get the gameplay element and the cast items and, you know, whatever. So I definitely think stuff packs are better, like, in my opinion, but I also have, the kits have kind of grown on me. Not gonna lie. But yeah, and also if you're a builder like me, who, like, I don't even do any gameplay, like, at all. I do dabble in casts sometimes, but mostly just gameplay. I honestly would say that maybe kits are better for you, like, just getting the building kits, because you do get more for the money, technically. Or technically you get more for the money with a stuff pack, but, like, if you're not gonna use, like, half the things that come with the stuff pack, you might as well just get a kit, if that makes any sense. But I'm also of the opinion that if you can download CC, just download CC instead of having a kit, but whatever. You do you, I don't really care. But yeah, I love this pack, and I love that, I think, like, I watched kind of like a summary of the Behind the Sims stream that they did, or was it a stream? I don't think it was a stream. I think it was just like a video for this, and like where they kind of like announced this pack or whatever. And there they said that it was the kind of like EU team that worked on this, and I can tell, and I am so happy. If you didn't know, because a lot of people just assume that I'm from the States or from Canada. I'm not. I'm from Sweden. I lived here my entire life, and Sweden is obviously in Europe, and I have been to quite a lot of European countries and stuff like that, so it was like a lot of fun to see kind of my, like, what I'm used to in this game. Like, the waffle maker is not a waffle maker that you would have like in the US or like whatever. It's like literally a waffle maker that I have literally downstairs in my kitchen. Like, I have grown up with those waffles. I love those waffles so much. And there are even like, I think there's like even like a Swedish recipe for the waffles, which is super exciting. And like there's a pizza maker now, which is amazing, and I love that it's not too big. Like the cupcake machine, thankfully the cupcakes have been freed now. If you'd missed it, there was an update like kind of together with this pack, which now makes it so you can make cupcakes in the oven and you don't need the cupcake machine, which is, if you've never played Sims before or you didn't know about that, that sounds insane, right? Like, you were not able to make cupcakes in an oven before, but we weren't. We had to do it in a cupcake machine, which that cupcake machine is huge. So thankfully we don't have that anymore. Like, I can't believe they went how many years I think like 9 years The Sims 4 has been out now, and we've only had the cupcake machine to make cupcakes. That's insane. But anyways, so yeah, we have like the cupcake is freed, and we have the pizza oven that is not too big. We also have a like where you make like batter, like a standing mixer, I guess you would call it, where you could like make like, oh my god, make batter. I cannot speak. I'm so sorry. We can make batter. Oh my god, my illness is like making it so that I can't speak. I'm so sorry. And I love that so much, and I love the idea of having like a sim that really likes baking, and now you can like very much show it in the house, and I love that so much. And there's also like this is a decoration, but there's a little like scale, like food scale, and it's adorable. There's also there's like a new like half dishwasher, which I was not expecting, and I love it, but I am disappointed that you can't put it on like a corner, what's it called? Not cabinet, corner, what is it called? That's not a cabinet. That is a, what is it called? Counter. That's what it's called. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word counter. That's a pretty common word. But yeah, so I'm pretty disappointed that you can't have it on like a corner cabinet, because it is the perfect size. You just can't have it there. So I'm not really sure like what the point of that then is. Like, it's cute, but like I don't really know what the point of it is. So, you know, whatever. There is also a new sink, which I know like it's weird to get so excited over a new sink, but this really does look like a kitchen sink. If you've ever built in The Sims, you know the dilemma of choosing a sink that looks like a kitchen sink. Like, because obviously we do have a few, but none of them have the like, I don't know what to call it, but like the bowl of the sink. That is not how you call that, but that's what I'm gonna call it. But you know what I mean, like the part where like the water actually goes down to is usually pretty flat, and I know a lot of sinks have like, you know, textures and like grains and like, you know, whatever, and this new sink has that, and I love it so much. And I know it's weird to get excited over a sink, but for the record, like, I'm a foodie. I love food, and I love making kitchens in The Sims 4, so, you know, I'm excited over these small things. So don't mind me. They bring me joy, okay? So I'm gonna talk about them. And then we have like the new like cabinets that come with this, and the shelves that come with this. They have like lights from the bottom, and I love them so much. I'm gonna be using those shelves so often. There's also a new light, which I didn't realize was a light at first, because it looks like a shelf, and it's quite chunky, so I'm not sure if I'm ever going to use it. I think I use every single item that comes with this pack except for that in this build. So I'm sorry about that. But yeah, so in the kitchen I did try to like pack all of the items. So if it looks a little bit like busy and crowded, that is why. I probably wouldn't do that in another kitchen, but in this one I really did want to show that this house is for like a sim or a couple of sims that loves cooking and there are foodies. So yeah, and again, this is going to go into my save file, so it will tie into the Sims backstory. And then also, I think like my favorite item in this entire pack is the new cookbook, which I know that a lot of people probably has been talking about, because we finally have like a cookbook that like with a cookbook stand, and so like it looks like you're cooking, and it's adorable. I love it so much. It is so cute. And it has like several swatches. So before, I have always kind of like, to make it look like we have a cookbook stand with a cookbook in it, I have used this item that is kind of like it's from Realm of Magic, and I think it's like a spell book that is kind of like, I don't know, like propped up. I don't know how to explain it. And then I've kind of just like merged it in to make it look like that. And we've only had like one or two swatches that makes it work for that. But this new cookbook like item is like so cute. Like I love it so much. And I like, it has so many good swatches. At first I was pretty scared, not gonna lie, that the swatches were only going to be of the pizza, because I think there are like there are several different swatches, but there are three different like types, that, like, if that makes sense, like how the book will look. So there's one with like a pizza, so it looks like a cooking a pizza, and I was afraid that was going to be the only one, but thankfully it's not, because there's also one that is like, it doesn't have any images or anything like that, but it's just like text and like some like post-it notes or whatever. So it's very generic. I'm probably going to be using that one the most. And then there's also one with a paella dish, which, if you don't know what paella is, and I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but again, I am not Spanish, and I do not know Spanish, so I'm trying my best here. But yeah, paella is a Spanish dish, and it is freaking delicious. I love paella. Okay, right, so I come from a foodie family. Like, not only am I a foodie, but I come from a foodie family. Like, my mom literally has a PhD in food and meal science. Like, we're very much a foodie family. And even though she's the one with the PhD in food and meal science, my dad is the one who cooks the most in my house. He loves cooking, like, a lot. And so when me and my mom was in Spain a few years ago, we got him this, like, paella, like, pan, sort of. And he like has like, since we got him that, he makes paella whenever there's like we have people coming over, or like it's like his birthday or whatever. He loves paella, and I love paella as well, which is like kind of weird, because like anytime I mention paella to like my friends or whatever, they're all just like, what is that? Most of them have never heard of it, and I'm like, how have you never heard of it? But I kind of forget sometimes that not all families are like my family, and even though we are literally the whitest family on earth, my dad, again, he's the one who cooks the most, and he loves exploring different parts of the world through food. So again, like, we eat paella, and we eat a lot of like Middle Eastern stuff, and a lot of Asian foods, and a lot of South American foods, and like from all over Europe, and like whatever. So we're not one of those like white households that is like you know those white households, they're like, they don't have any spice, like, that's a meme. Yeah, that's not my house, thank God. We love spice here. But yeah, so anyways, what I wanted to say is that I love paella, and I love that we have that like book swatch, and that is what I used in this kitchen. So yeah, and obviously I love the new counters, and can we take a moment for this new like wall tile that we have? Like, it looks so good. In the kitchen, I used it in this green swatch, which is absolutely beautiful. I love it so much. And in the bathroom or bathrooms, I used it in a like white swatch, and it comes in so many different swatches, and it is absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to be using it in probably most kitchens because it's so pretty and it's very versatile. Like you can use it in modern houses, you can use it in like suburban houses, you can use it in like whatever you want, and it has a lot of swatches again, which is quite good. And yeah, I don't know, I love this pack so much. And again, even though I was able to get early access to this, I was prepared to give an honest review, and I did, but like I was prepared to say like I don't like it, but I actually love it. And we also have like a new knife stand, which thank God. And yeah, I don't know, it's so pretty. And oh my god, the new fridge. Right, so if you've never built a kitchen in The Sims, you might not know this, but if you're a builder like me, you will have been annoyed by this, I don't know, like thousands of times at this point, because if you, like, usually I will put cabinets all along, like above all the counters. In this kitchen I decided not to, because the corner cabinet for, oh, sorry, I hit my mic, the corner cabinet for like these cabinets, that's a lot of cabinet word, that's a lot of the word cabinet, there we go, sorry, I'm like slowly losing it, but the corner cabinet is like shelves, and it looked kind of weird, not gonna lie, to put these like huge like cabinets and then just having like the corner one. So I decided to not use that and kind of just like make it so it's just on one part of the kitchen. But if you ever tried to put a fridge under a cabinet, which I usually do, you will know that most of the fridge in this game, or fridges, are like just a little bit too tall. There's literally, I'm not even kidding, there's one base game fridge that is kind of like this what's it called, metal steel, what is it called, this metal looking fridge, I don't know the word, but yeah, that one is like short enough to go under a cabinet. And then I think we have like one from like Cottage Living and like possibly another one, but they all, like, I don't know, they're just not fridges that I would use in like a regular family home. And they're also all a little bit too like skinny to fit comfortably in between counters. So I always put the fridge at the corner because then you won't notice it as much, which I did with this one as well, but you don't have to, because this fridge is just tall enough to go under a cabinet and it's just wide enough to fit in perfectly with the counters. So I am so happy about that. I love this new fridge. I'm going to use it a lot. And I do want to mention, however, I did put like some post-it notes from the Parenthood game pack, from the debug menu from that pack, on the fridge, which I usually do because I just think that they add a lot of personality to the house. Like in my house, we've always had a lot of like magnets. Oh my god, I wish we had gotten magnets in this pack. This is gonna start being like day 36 of asking for magnets in The Sims 4 because I really would like them. No, but like we have a lot of magnets on our fridge, and we have a lot of like notes, like post-it notes with like, or like meal plans, or like just like remembering things, because if there is one part of the house that everyone looks at least once a day, it's the fridge. So it's good to put a lot of reminders there. So yeah, if you see the screenshots, I don't want you to think that that is a swatch that comes with a fridge. I did put them there myself, but yeah, it's totally functional, by the way. Like the fridge still works. Speaking of, I playtested this entire house. I did have some issues. I had an issue with, I think it was like a bathroom, and then also the teens room. I had to remove the like messy clutter that is on the floor, that you will see me when I do the teens room, but I put this like messy clutter thing on the floor from the high school years expansion pack, and it just was like blocking my Sims way, because the teens room ends up being a little bit weird, because it's a very weird shaped room, and there wasn't really like one place where like, oh, this is where you can place the bed, so I kind of had to improvise. But yeah, so I just had to remove that, and then I don't think there was anything else. I don't think so, at least. Anyways, in like a summary, I adore this pack so much. I'm going to be using it a lot. I don't know if I'm going to be using items that much outside of a kitchen, but that makes sense because this is a kitchen focused pack. I might be using the like shelves. I think I'm going to be using them in like other parts of the house, but other than that, probably not that much. But yeah, I love this pack so much. And again, if you want to have a chance to win it, I'm sorry, I said that weird. If you want to have a chance to win it, there we go. You can go over to my Twitter, which again, everything will be linked down below, and you can get a chance to win it. And by the way, again, it is combined with the backyard stuff pack. And if you already have the backyard stuff pack, you like if I like pick a winner and that winner already has the backyard stuff pack, I am still going to give that winner the home chef hustle kit, which is like, or not kit, pack, stuff pack. It feels weird to say that. I'm used to saying kit. We have stuff packs now again. I'm so excited. But I if you are like, I will give that winner that code, and then I will select another winner which will just get the backyard stuff pack. So yeah, and I think I set the end date for that on October 15th, so you do have quite some time. So yeah, other than that, I don't think there's much to talk about when it comes to the pack or this build. I wanted, oh my god, my voice, I don't know what happened there. Oh my god, I don't know what happened there. That's been happening in my Val games recently. This is a side note, and I will continue to talk about the build in a bit, but like, this has been happening in my Valorant games recently, which if you didn't know, I play a lot of Valorant, and this has happened a lot recently, where like, I will talk, and then all of a sudden I will like get a voice crack, or all of a sudden I will sound like a man, which is quite funny. And like a couple of weeks ago, or like I think it was like a week ago or two, I literally like went into a game and talked, and then all of a sudden I just had like a huge voice crack when I talked. And I think it was like the first time I talked, I had this huge voice crack, and everyone in the game like paused, and then just like a few seconds later they were all just like, what? Like, what? Like, what just happened? And then at the end of the game, the one team member that hadn't talked literally like the entire game said, like, literally as we were like finishing the game, he just said, "Good luck with puberty." And I was like, oh, thanks. And I didn't have time to respond because we were ending the game. But yeah, that was quite funny. And then yesterday it happened as well, where like I was talking, and then all of a sudden I just like was going to say something, and my voice went so deep, like it kind of just like did. That happens a lot when I'm sick as well, and the people on my team were just like, "You okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm great." So there's that's a little side note. But yeah, anyways, talking about the build, I wanted the rest of the house to feel very, very homey and very family oriented, as most of my builds are at this point. And I don't know, I had a lot of fun with it, and I like the floor plan for this house, not gonna lie, took me a hot minute because I knew that there's obviously like, where the kind of like office area ends up being is this room that has mostly just like glass windows, which you will see it's off of the living room, and I knew I wanted that to be like one room, right? And then I knew I wanted the room that has this kind of like alcove area, if that makes any sense. I knew I wanted that to most likely be the living room. And then from there on out, I did struggle a bit because I didn't know where to put the stairs. And you will see that the upstairs hallway is tiny. It's tiny, and I don't like it. Like, I don't like making my hallways that tiny, but it was the only way for me to make a floor plan that actually kind of worked. But I did struggle with it quite a lot, but I do end up like loving how it is, and I think it works very well. It has a good flow to the house. But yeah, in the living room, which if this voiceover syncs up correctly, I'm currently doing it, in this little alcove area. The reason I wanted that to be in the living room is because I knew we had these like window seats, which we have, I think we have two, which like they were introduced with the Cats and Dogs expansion pack, and so we have two from that pack, and then we have one from the Seasons expansion pack, I'm pretty sure, and then we have this one which I used, which is from the My First Stuff pack, my first pet stuff pack, There we go. That was apparently a very hard like sentence to say for me. I don't know why. And this pack continues to be controversial. I remember when this stuff pack came out, it was like extremely controversial because I'm sorry if you heard whatever the freaking heck that was. I think that was my brother. I'm not sure what that was. It was a very weird sound. But anyways, when this pack came out, it was very controversial because if you didn't know, the My First Pet stuff pack is a DLC to a DLC. The only way to have the stuff pack and like make it work is for you to have the Cats and Dogs expansion pack, which is not great. I'm gonna admit that it's not great. Which, like, to be fair, I have recently been like, oh, I wish that like these new packs that came out like has things for dogs, or like I think I was making a horse and cast like a couple of days ago, and I was like, oh, I wish with like future packs we would get like more horse clothes or whatever. But then I realized that we won't, because that would make, again, a DLC for DLC. And I'm pretty sure the Sims team has learned not to do that, because boy, were people mad. Like, people were so mad when this stuff pack came out, which like understandably so, because to even have this you have to have the expansion pack. So that was quite annoying. You have to have the Cats and Dogs expansion pack, and yeah, I understand why, and I try not to use the pack too often. Like, I don't go out of my way to use it that often. If anything, if I notice I'm just using like one item from it, I might remove it, because I know that a lot of people don't like it and might not have it. So for this house, I was like, I'm not gonna use that. Like, I was like, I'm not gonna use that couch. I'm not, or that window seat. But then I was going through them all, and that one was the one that like perfectly fit the vibe, if that makes any sense. So I decided to actually use it, and I apologize. I did, however, also then add a little like hamster cage into the sort of, I'm gonna say sort of office, because I don't know what to call it, because there is a computer in there, but there's also like a piano, and there is a little like rocking chair so you can knit, and there's also again the hamster and stuff. So I don't know what to call this room, and it's kind of like a sunroom, but it doesn't have a glass roof, so I don't know. But yeah, so I decided to add that in there, and then I think I might be using some of the items from that kit, or not the kit, I'm so used to saying kit at this point, from that stuff pack in like the toddler's room and stuff like that, because it did come with a lot of like kids items as well, which is quite funny. No, that makes sense, because it's supposed to be like My First Pet, so like that makes sense. But anyways, I don't know why they did that. It's a little bit weird to make a DLC for a DLC, but I just wanted to mention that that's where that window seat is from, because I know I might get some comments asking about that, because I don't think I've ever seen it, especially in that swatch, because it usually has a lot of like very colorful swatches, but that one is pretty muted. So yeah. My voice is slowly dying on me, and I don't really know what to talk about now. Oh, I can't talk about the teens and the kids room. So the toddler room is very generic. It's like a toddler room. I don't never know how to decorate toddler rooms, because what do toddlers like playing? Like, that's it. So that's why I don't gravitate towards making them that often. I just prefer to make teens and kids rooms with like more personality. But the kids room is very blue, and I was thinking that they're just like an all-around kid. Like, they like sports, but they also like science, and they also just like hang out with their friends. So there's an all-around kid. I did put the science table in there, and the one from Snow Escape, not the base game one, which I don't use that often, but it fitted very well in there. And yeah, I was just thinking that they're just a very like happy kid, if that makes sense. Just an all-around kid, again, like sports, like everything like that. And then the teens room, which is probably my favorite room in this entire house, bar the kitchen probably, and I love the teens room. I went for a very pastel theme in there, which I have not done in I don't know how long, and it's not something I gravitate towards that often, but I was going through like the beds I wanted to use, and then I realized that we have this beautiful bed from the High School Years expansion pack, which like I still can't get over how many beds we got from that expansion pack. There were a lot of them, and I usually use them like in my builds. Like there's usually at least like one of them in my builds, which is quite funny. But yeah, I was going through them, and we have this like 4-poster bed, which like with like 4 posters and whatever. And it's beautiful. At least wait, is it that build that bed? I'm pretty sure it's that bed. And it has this, like, it has a lot of like beautiful swatches. I almost never use it though because I think it looks a little bit too like princessy. But we have this swatch which is again very pastel. It has like a pastel blue and pink, I'm pretty sure, like cover or whatever. But the duvet has these like skulls on it, and I love it, and I've been wanting to use that for so long, but I've never known how to use it because I'm like, what kind of sim has this? I would have it like IRL, but then I was thinking like, this is probably a sim that is into like very cutesy stuff, like kawaii stuff, which I have not said the word in so long. But if you grew up kind of like around the same time as me, you will definitely remember the kawaii era, or maybe that was just me who was in that, but I feel like there was a kawaii era. I want to say around like 2014, 2016, 2013, like around that, like the Tumblr era. There was the Tumblr era, and there was also the kawaii era. I think there's still a kawaii era going around, but anyways, and so I was thinking they're into that, but then also kind of like goth, which I know is contradictory, I know, but I think you have like, I this is a thing, I'm pretty sure it was like a pastel goth, if that makes any sense whatsoever. And I really had a lot of fun decorating that room, and they do have their own little, like very small, granted, but like their own little like walk-in closet, because I didn't think it was gonna, like, it would be weird to have like another bathroom upstairs, so I decided to make that into a little wardrobe for them. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with the bedroom. It's very, again, very pastel, it's very decorated. It's definitely a room that I would like. I think that I am more of a dark colors girly, but I would like that. Like, my younger self would definitely think that that was like her dream bedroom, probably, because I was very much a colorful girly growing up, and now I'm very much a neutral girly. So there's that. But yeah, so the teens room is probably my favorite room. Again, bar the kitchen. I love the kitchen so much. I think mostly just because I had a lot of fun with the new pack. But yeah, and I still can't believe I did this entire build in like one sitting. There we go, not one setting, one sitting. I had a lot of fun with it. I did again have a lot of problems with the teens room though, because it's a very awkward shape for me to build in, and it took me a while to figure out the layout for it, but I think it ends up working pretty well, at least. So yeah, anyways, how are you guys? I hope you're well. I am obviously very sick. I'm very sick. My entire family has been sick now for like a week, and I was sort of fine. Like, I think I mentioned in my past 2 videos that I was like kind of sick, but not really. It was more so just like I had like a stuffed nose, and like that was it. But the past like 2 days it's gotten really bad, which is probably for the best, because like I had work Monday, and then since then I'm off the rest of the week, and then I don't have stuff until next week. So it's, if there's any time I should get sick, it's now, because I don't have anything to do, so I can just stay at home. But yeah, and in normal circumstances I would not be recording this, but again, I wanted to get this video out for you guys because it is with a new pack, so hopefully you guys don't mind my voice too much. And as my mom said, hopefully you'll find it funny. But yeah, and I hope you guys are doing well. What's going on in your lives? Not much is going on in mine except for being sick. I did right, so last week me and my partner broke up. However, like, it's weird because it was like kind of like a mutual breakup. We're still very good friends, and like we literally talk like every day. Like, we're still very good friends, so it's not like a breakup, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, it sucks, but like it's not really like a breakup. If that makes any sense. Like, I've been fine. Like, I have not been crying. I have not like been really, really sad. You know, I've been doing pretty good. However, I did the most breakup thing ever, and I chopped off my hair. Or chopped off, there we go. I think that's how I more pronounce it. My friends used to get so mad at me because I pronounce SH words as CH words and CH words as SA words. Not SA words. Oh god, no. SH words. There we go. Wow, that took a turn. But yeah, so I chopped off my hair. Granted, I did have that appointment set before we even broke up, so like it's fine. It's not technically a breakup like hair transformation, but like yeah, I chopped it. So now it is like just above my shoulders, which I've not had it this short in a very long time. It looks great though, but yeah, I chopped it, and I said before that I come from like the whitest family ever, and I mean that. Like, I am literally the whitest person alive, almost. Like like I was sitting in the salon chair, right? Like I actually went to like a hairdresser, which I have not done in I don't know how many years, like in so many years. My mom usually cuts my hair, but this time I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to an actual salon, which I did, and I was sitting there, and I literally looked like a ghost compared to the person that was cutting my hair. Either she was just very tan, or she had used self-tanner, but like, or I'm just very, very pale. Like, I literally look like a piece of paper next to her. So yeah, I'm just very, very white, and it was quite funny to see that, but the hair turned out amazing, so that's great. But like, I basically went in and told her, I was like, cut it off as much as you want. Like, it's very damaged. I colored it way too much. Cut off as much as you want. And she was like, are you okay with cutting off like this much? And I was like, yes, I'm fine with that. So yeah, we cut off quite a lot, but I like it. It's not as annoying. It feels so much like thicker now too, which is like amazing. And it's quite funny how that is. Like, when you cut your hair, how it feels thicker. It's weird. I guess like it makes sense because the ends of my hair were like so damaged, so cutting those off really brings out my like how thick my hair is. But yeah, it was weird. It was a very weird experience. Not really actually, because I've cut my hair many times and it always happens, but it's weird how that happens because I don't know what the science behind that is. And yeah, and I don't know what to talk about, and I'm currently like, my head is literally spinning. And I woke up like 2 hours ago, if even. I think it was like 2 hours ago, and at like 8 p.m. after I fell asleep at like 2 p.m. So I should be well rested, but I think because I'm sick, everything is spinning. So I was planning on getting this out tomorrow, and I still might get this out tomorrow, but it might be later than normal, because normally I post at 5 p.m. My time. However, this might go out later because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to edit this now because everything is spinning, which is great. That's sarcasm, by the way, which like I thought about this recently, that like if you ever just like watch a video of mine and you don't know me and especially if you have a hard time like telling sarcasm, like when people are being serious or not, people will have a really hard time with me because I'm very sarcastic. Like, sarcasm is my entire personality, I swear to God. And I've always been sarcastic. I come from a very sarcastic family as well, and I don't know if it's just like the Swedish humor in general is very sarcastic. Like, at work, I obviously deal with customers a lot, which if you didn't know, I work at a pharmacy, and I deal with customers a lot. And a lot of them are sarcastic, and I will be sarcastic back, and it will be really funny to us, but then I'm scared that like other people would think I'm rude, and I'm like, no, and for the record, I never initiate that with a customer. Like, I would never do that, but if they start like with sarcasm or whatever, I will respond with that because they're respect, man. But yeah, so I don't know, it's weird. I apologize if you don't know how to tell sarcasm apart, and I just am very, very sarcastic. So yeah, there's that. I also streamed last week, which was quite fun. I hadn't streamed in like many, many months, and it was very much an impromptu stream, but I decided to just randomly stream, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of people showed up, and yeah, and I think I'm gonna be able to stream more often now. However, I am sick, so currently I will not, but I will at some point, in like a couple of weeks, probably, something like that. But other than that, I don't really know what to talk about. Not a lot of things have been going on in my life. I mean, obviously, except like the breakup thing, but again, I'm quite like okay with it, which is weird. We were adults about it, like we were just like, we still love each other, but it's just not gonna work out right now. Like we both have way too much going on. I'm feeling weirdly okay with it. Which like it's the first breakup I've ever done that, which if you've been here this year, I've been going through it. Like I have had, like, I think this is my third breakup this year, which I know it might be weird, but like I am one of those people that like I never seek out a relationship. But if it happens, it happens. And then I also am very much like, when I fall fast. So and that comes with like friends as well. Like if I click with someone, they're my best friend. That like, oh, I'm sorry, I hit my desk. They're my best friend that day. Like from then on out. Like that's how I am. I've always been like that. So it might be weird for me to say like this is my third breakup this year, which is like it is. And I am now going to take a break from men and women. I like both. If you didn't know, I'm bi. Hi. Oh, that rhymed. That's funny. I don't know what just happened. Anyways, I'm gonna take a break from relationships because I have too much going on, like, in my life, which, like, I know I just said I don't have, but, like, I do. But, like, it's weird because I don't want to talk about all of it. Like, I'm going back to school and stuff like that, but I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to stress myself out too much about that, and my mental health is actually good, which maybe that is why this breakup is also easier. Because, like, I don't want to die anymore, which is great. But yeah, so like it's a weird time. Like going through breakups always suck, but this is a pretty okay one. And again, I also think that like it helps that nothing like dramatic happened. We are still friends. We still talk every day. Like again, it was more so like we were adults about it, and we were like, realistically, this is not gonna work out right now. So yeah, and it's quite nice. Being single, actually. Like, I feel like I have time to just do whatever I want with whoever I want, which I did in that relationship as well, because my partner was not at all, like, controlling. Like, he was just like, you go do you. Like, you do whatever you want, which was so nice. But, so, yeah, but there's still, like, even if you're in that type of relationship, there's still, like, I don't know, there's something hanging over you, and now I feel very free, which is fun. Still sad. Like, I miss obviously having that. Like, I think if you've ever been through a breakup like this, you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good, considering. Anyways, that's basically it for this video, and I really hope you liked it, and I'm so sorry for my voice and my state today. But anyways, don't forget to like, share, comment, and of course subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!